Something else I wanted to talk about too was, you know, your own beauty. If you, forever, my whole life, I could never recognize my own beauty. I thought there was something wrong with me. If you don't see yourself, uh, if you don't see yourself with like a clear vision, if you have all of this stuff in your head, you won't see your own self. But if you don't see yourself for your own beauty, then you will be used. And I know there's a lot of girls, boys right now who you could hear someone say that, and then you would think, well, I'm not beautiful. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. Because you have to recognize your inner beauty. It doesn't matter. You're comparing yourself to someone else if you can't see your own inner beauty, your own beauty, your own outer beauty, let's say, because it's the inner beauty will begin to shine through. But right now, if we're just talking about your outer beauty, so the part of you that people like to use, the outside. So many people, they don't give a crap about the inside. We've been in a very, very shallow kind of world for a long time. But, and people wanting to change themselves to look like other people because they can't see their own value. They can't see their own beauty. They think they need to change their hair, their nose, their eyes, their ears, their mouths. There's nothing that people won't change to try and make themselves better. But if you just kind of go into it as like, you're God's creation, and you start learning about all the things that you can love about yourself, and you start accepting yourself, and you stop trying to change your way to look different, there's something that's about accepting and loving yourself, will get you to that place to see your own beauty. And it doesn't matter what you look like. That's the thing, is that no matter what, everybody is beautiful to somebody. So it doesn't matter how, if you think, oh, well, I am not beautiful. My nose is way too big. I cannot possibly be beautiful. I'll guarantee you, there's millions and millions of people out there who love big noses, and they will think you're beautiful. So it's you being hard on yourself. And the more that you love yourself, then the more your inner beauty will come out and make you desirable to so many more people. It's the confidence, it's the loving yourself that draws people into you. And so, finding that in yourself, and I think it kind of just starts with, stop trying to change yourself into thinking like you think this other person is pretty. So you think if you look like them, then you're going to be pretty too. But you have your own face, so it's never going to quite look right. And but you got to just question yourself, like, why can't I love my own face? Is it because I look like my grandpa and he yelled at me all the time and I hate him, or whatever? We have things in our heads that mess with our vision. And it's our perception and our perspective and stuff. And it's all this stuff in here that messes with that. And you have to get the voices and all the stuff. Like, you have to start recognizing where the communication's coming from. Is it your ego? Is it your guides? Is it, just your broken record on repeat? So you've got to get all the conversation in your head under control. And because if you don't recognize your own beauty, you are just a victim to other people's desires. Other people will use you, and and it doesn't matter. I mean, there's tons of men out there who are using 600-pound women. So don't sit there and think like, well, that's ridiculous. Nobody would use me. I'm not near pretty enough. Nobody would care about me. Guaranteed, there's somebody out there who would use you. And if you go out and you don't see your own value, you don't love yourself. And I'm not talking about that kind of, like, don't get it in your mind like some pretty girl who goes around like a mean girl, some cocky girl who puts other people down, and that's seeing your own beauty. That's not seeing your own beauty. That's being a bully. That's, being arrogant, full of yourself. That's not what loving yourself is about, because you have to love yourself in order to love others, or it's not, it just won't work. You'll have like these little attachments, like, is this like give and take game that we do with each other. But if you get to the point where you just love yourself, you will not settle. You know what you deserve, you know what you want, and you're not going to, accept second best, because you deserve what you want. And, we can sit there and think, well, what do we do if we all get, if we all think we deserve what we get, what we do, you know what I mean? Then won't we all want the same thing? But no, we all want different things. We all want different things from life. Like, for me, I will never in my life settle again for some guy who doesn't want to dance. I was with every guy who's ever been, oh, I love to dance. Oh, yeah, we'll go dancing all the time. I love to dance. Dancing is huge to me. And I know I'm not the only person out there. Music and movement is huge to me. And it is a part of like my inner being. Like, it's something I need. And I've been, made fun of over it and stuff. But to me, it's important in life, and I won't settle again for another person who is just, oh yeah, I love to dance. I'll take you dancing all the time. No, the next person I'm with will also love to dance. They'll also understand the feeling of music and movement and, that inner joy your soul feels when you do it. And, it's just something like that. So we all have our own things inside of us. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to change those. You don't have to settle. There's somebody out there who is similar to you. But as long as you're willing to accept being treated like shit, then you're going to keep being treated like shit. And until you learn that you have value and you should be treated like, you're the one deciding how you're treated, basically. So if you're being treated like shit, it's because you're willing to accept it, because you don't see your own value. So you need to raise the bar for yourself. And when you raise the bar for yourself and you get to know yourself and you start to love yourself, then you start knowing, like, I will never go with another person who, doesn't like to hike or whatever it is that you like to do. And, because so many of us for so long living in this weird kind of matrixy, controlled, manipulated world, we have all, gone with people who were not for our best. We had nothing in common with them, nothing in alignment. And we try and force these relationships like, well, we're supposed to be married. We're supposed to have kids. We're supposed to, that's part of the American dream, the world, and, but, divorce rate kept going up and up and up and up, broken families. Well, all of that stuff, it was, part of the whole thing to keep us, it's a way to keep us controlled. We're so focused on our problems and being defeated and being a victim that we don't even pay attention to what they're doing as they are doing horrible crimes against us. So, it's been part of their system. And the more that we break free of their system, and the more that we learn to love ourselves, the more that we learn to recognize others for, I don't know, kind of like their pain or something, instead of their, like we're competitive towards everybody. Like everybody's got to try and be better than the other person or whatever. If we could recognize that everybody is struggling, everybody has pain, everybody's trying to learn and heal and just make the best of their life. And, stop bullying and bossing people around and stuff. But it's just, it was funny because I had been thinking about this, and then yesterday my daughter brought it up too, and then I was like, oh, see, I've got to talk about this, because I just really feel like that there's just, especially right now, so many young girls, so many young guys, so confused, especially school-age kids, you know. They're just being hit so hard with the indoctrination and the programming, and there's just so much confusion. There's so much just not loving themselves, and feeling like they need to be different, feeling like they're not even in the right bodies, the right gender and stuff. Like, it's, I don't know. It's so crazy. But that is just all I would say, is just everything you can do to focus on yourself, learning to love yourself, and don't be ashamed of trying to find your value, and don't be ashamed of loving yourself, and don't be ashamed of seeing your beauty. You've got to see your beauty. How is anyone else going to ever see it if you can't see it in yourself? Because you've got to turn your light on. You've got to shine. You've got to be your best self. And, you know, the universe is giving you this platform right now. It's giving you this opportunity. And, you know, take it. Because things are going to be so much better. You know, don't get down and depressed about the stuff that's going on. Because, well, you know, I mean, some souls are here for that. All I can do is try and help you, you know, see the positive and see purpose. And there's something else I want to talk about too real quick. So I'll be right back.